Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. Today we are going to continue looking at the IELTS exam, specifically the reading portion of the IELTS International English Language Test exam. Okay, yesterday I kind of did an overview, giving some general tips and strategies. Today we're gonna knuckle down and do some practice together, walk our way through, and I will try to share with you strategies and advice. Please, it's just advice. You don't have to take it, but some suggestions which I have to hopefully boost your performance. Okay, hello Roger, how are you?
Hi teacher, I'm fine. How are
Okay,
you?
I'm doing okay, thank you. Okay, I don't see any reason not to jump right in. All right, I'm gonna screen share a reading passage. What we're gonna look at today, we're gonna talk some basic strategy, and we're gonna practice how to skim and scan for information. All right, anyway, let's get going here. Hang on. What's the problem? There we go. All right. Okay, we're going to look at an academic reading passage. All right. First thing that we're going to do, okay, you've got a booklet. You will have a booklet when you take the IELTS exam, and then you'll have a separate answer sheet. In your booklet, you can do whatever you want to do. Actually, when they say you should spend about 20 minutes on questions 1 through 15, okay, that is advice only. There's not a requirement. You have 60 minutes to do 3 reading passages, so of course they suggest 20 minutes each. Of course, that's for the academic test. The general training test usually has 4. Okay, but quite a somewhat easier material in the general training. All right, what is the first thing we're going to do? Roger, what do you think? What's your first move? Panic!
Yeah, probably.
And after you panic, what is your next move?
I don't really know. I guess that you were talking about that yesterday, but I lost that class.
Okay.
I will start reading. No, I will start reading from the beginning.
Okay. Well, here's my advice. Let me quickly say hello to Antonio. Hello, Antonio. Welcome to the class.
Hello.
Hello again. Good to see you again. Well, here is my advice, because it's only going to take a couple seconds. This whole reading deal is all about fighting the clock. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn a couple pages, and I'm going to look at the questions. Now, I'm not actually doing the questions. I just want to see what kinds of questions I have. Are they time-consuming questions? Are they questions that require me to understand more of the material? Can I do a quick skim, or do I have to do a more in-depth and careful skim of the information? All right. So I'm going to take a quick look, and I'm going to see, okay, I have a summary question. If you get one of these questions, the chances are, of course, because the first paragraph will summarize the content of the entire passage, pretty much you're not concerned exactly with, probably you're going to find the information in the first paragraph. Although it says a summary, that means the total passage. Usually this information will be included the very beginning of the first paragraph. Okay. Also, quickly, I should draw your attention. Make sure you are following these rules that they give you. Choose no more than 3 words from the passage for each answer. That means you can use 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. If you use 4 words, no matter what you say, you are wrong. Also, for this type of exercise, fill in the blank, you must be grammatically correct in your answer. So if you're using a noun and you need an article, then you have to write 2 words, the article and the noun. If you need a certain verb tense, well, make it so, because if it's not grammatically correct, it is wrong. The words that you're taking to do a summary question are directly taken from the reading passage. You're just specifically taking a word and plugging it into a fill-in-the-blank spot. Now, I must say, one of the tricky things that they do in these fill-in-the-blank exercises, they will use words in the reading passage, for example, as a verb. But then they will reword the sentence, restructure the sentence in the answer, in this, to be a noun. This is common. All right, they will use an adjective form of the word, but then they'll change the way they phrase the sentence to force you to use the noun form of the key word they're looking for. Keep that in mind. We'll come back and we'll do this exercise in just a moment. I'm going to scan down. I'm going to keep looking at what kinds of questions I have. All right. I can see my next set of questions are headings questions. Dun, dun, dun. This means that I have to basically have a title or a heading for each and every paragraph, which means I'm obviously going to have to do a much more thorough skimming. I'm going to have to spend more time. All right, we're going to talk strategy for that when we go ahead and skim the passage. So I can't really do a very fast skim. I have got to spend a little extra time, invest a little extra time to do this. One thing I can immediately do, they will always give me an example. All right, and with an example answer, notice the answer's in Roman numerals. You must use Roman numerals or you are wrong. If I just wrote the regular number 11, I would be wrong. Okay, they're going to give me an example. I want to look at this right away because now I know 2 things. One, I can cross out this answer, which I would immediately do. I would block it out so I can't even see it. The less possible answers I see, the less confusing it is to my brain. So the more answers I can eliminate, the easier it is to answer the question. In the headings question, or mix and match, which is very similar, you're choosing from different options. When you're 100% sure of an answer and you can eliminate it, you will see as you go through the whole exercise, it will go faster and faster and faster and faster. All right, it may start out slow, but it should go faster and faster as you go along, and you can eliminate possible answers. So 1, I would cross this out. 2, I would also understand that now I don't have to read paragraph H. I can blow it off. I don't have to do it. It's really not going to be necessary because I've already got the answer. I don't care. All right, there's 15. So what is my other set of questions? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I've got a mix and match. Mix and match, which is all about scanning for keywords. Okay, fine. Let me go back. All right, since I know I have a summary question, in any case, I'm always going to read the first paragraph. Always, because in its entirety, because it's going to be key to my understanding of the reading passage. It will include what is the general topic. It will include what is the controlling idea, what is the focus, which I really need to know. Also, it will outline how the author will present his material. Is he presenting it in a chronological order, which will certainly help me later find information? Is he describing a process, which will certainly help me to map the passage? Is he just presenting points one by one? Is he presenting an argument? Is he presenting both sides of an argument? So knowing how he will structure it will help me predict where to find certain information. All right. All right, now let's get down to brass tacks. Let me quickly greet David. Hello, David again. Howdy, howdy.
Hi, Oakley. Hi again.
Hi again. And is it minor or meaner?
He's minor.
Minor.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, minor. Nice
Hi,
to meet
hi.
you. Hi,
Nice
hi.
to meet you too.
Okay. All right. Let's get to work. Okay. Already, I pretty much know where I'm going to find this information. All right. So I have to read the first paragraph anyway because I have to do the headings. I have to read the first paragraph because that'll outline what the rest is about. So I'm going to start by reading the answer here a little bit. See if I can pick up the answer when I read through it the first time, which of course would save me time, would be wonderful. All right. I've got two answers in this particular sentence. So, the Stern Review report emphasized the something to assess seriously the problem of global warming. Then the rest I have a prepositional phrase. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. That's additional information, so not necessary to understanding the base part of this, the first part of this sentence. The report emphasized the something to assess seriously the problem. Okay. What do I know about this? David, what can I assume about answer one? Is there anything I can assume?
You can assume that that is the main idea.
Well, yes, absolutely. Correct. So it's going to come very near the beginning. Yes, you're right. I can assume that. Can you think of a word that would fit here?
No, because I don't know what is about. I didn't see the answers.
Okay. You haven't seen the passage? Okay. You haven't seen the answers. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you, you may be able to guess. Actually, throw this out for the class. Can anyone guess a word that would actually fit here logically without even looking at the reading passage? Anyone have a wild guess? So, okay, don't spend too long trying to think of something. Spend a few seconds. If you can think of something, a couple seconds that logically fits, great. Keep that in the back of your mind. Anybody have any wild guess?
The need, maybe.
Okay, that logically fits. Emphasize the need to assess. All right, just taking a guess. We also, another thing we can assume is that since we have an article, this is most assuredly going to be a noun or some noun construction. It kind of has to be. And need can be a noun, so all right. Let's take a look-see. Okay. All right, Let's begin at the beginning. Minor, would you mind reading the first sentence for us?
I didn't see the paragraph.
Okay, my bad. Hang on. Can you see it now?
Sorry, not yet.
Okay. No? Oops, there we go. You still can't see it? Okay.
Okay. I already see it.
Okay. Okay.
I
Can
have
you
to read it?
Sure,
I have to read it?
just the first sentence.
Okay, but my pronunciation isn't good, but I will try it.
It's okay. We can learn pronunciation at the same time. We'll multitask.
Okay. The Stern Review report on the economics of climate change published in 26. No, 2026? No.
Yeah.
I know, sorry.
2006, we would say.
2006. The same year as Al Gore's highly acclaimed film and book, intervening through made it clear that governments need to take the issue of global warming very seriously indeed.
Indeed. Okay. Couple notes there, Minor. Climate. It's a long I sound. Climate change. And be careful with past tense.
Climate.
That's good. And past tense verbs. Published. It's a T sound. Published. After an SH, past tense regular verb, ED will always be pronounced as a T. Published. Okay. Well then, Roger. Haha. Your guess was need, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, do you see it?
Sorry?
Is it there?
Yeah, and actually I am seeing that is why you told a moment before that they changed the verb in this case for a noun.
Exactly. That's exactly the trick. That is why I warned you about that. Precisely. Here in the reading passage, it is used as a main verb in this sentence. But, of course, when we look at the actual question, it's a noun. Remember I said because of the, all right? The Stern Review report emphasized the need to assess seriously the problem of global warming. There it is, from something point of view. That's all I'm concerned with. Let me go back. From something point of view. Okay. Well, I really have no idea. So, okay. Actually, Roger, whoops. Roger, can I have you read the next sentence, please?
Okay. The Stern Review examined the issue of climate change from an economic perspective, looking at what it would cost the government to take appropriate action and what it would cost if appropriate action were not taken.
Okay. All right, so we know that it's important to take climate change, the need to take climate change very seriously from a something perspective, from a something point of view. Well, I just gave it away. Okay. Antonio, are you in?
Okay.
Yeah, you bounced out of the class for a second. Okay, so if you remember the question, keeping in mind the question, which was all right, governments need to take global warming seriously from a something point of view? Can we see the answer here in this next section?
Sorry?
Do you have any clue, any idea? All right. Here's a hint for you, okay? What they do over and over and over and over and over again, not just IELTS, TOEFL, all of these tests do the same thing in the reading. What they're going to do, they're testing your English. So we've got a simple phrase here, which we've got to fill in the blank. From is obviously just a simple preposition. So, point of view. Is there a word that is a synonym for point of view? That's basically what you're looking for here. Okay, so in this next section, is there a word that means point of view? Antonio, do you see it? Or do you need some help? Okay. Can you see a word or phrase, could be a phrase by the way, or a word that means the same as point of view? Do you need a little help?
Global warming and climate change.
Okay. We're looking for a word or phrase that is a synonym for the phrase point of view. David, what do you think? Can you see?
Yes, okay, I can see. The word is from an economic point of view.
Right, there you go. Okay. Perspective, point of view mean exactly the same thing. You even have the extra clue of you can actually see that they use the same preposition.
They use from also, yes.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. From an economic point of view. All right. Now, okay, but, David, what would you actually have to fill in the blank here?
From just economic point of view.
Ah, wrong. You actually would have to write N-A-N, economic point of view.
Okay.
Because to be grammatically correct,
you need the article.
That's absolutely right.
Okay,
right. So that's more tricky tricks. So you have to keep that in mind. Let's see.
Thank you.
It is also focused. Of course, you have to know what it is. It meaning the report. Also focused on a number of environmental something that would happen if governments do not act. Okay. I don't really, when I'm reading these things, by the way, I'm basically ignoring prepositional phrases. I'm ignoring phrases like on a number of. It focused on environmental something that would happen. I don't even care about if clauses. Okay, so the report focuses on environmental something. In other words, my technique, my strategy is to simplify information as much as possible, to get rid of all those distracting extra phrases and descriptors, keeping it as simple as possible. All right, the report focuses on environmental something, and it says a number, so actually some things. My answer is going to have to be plural.
Issues.
Issues, possibly. Okay.
Yes, possibly. Makes sense.
Possibly.
A little bit.
It does. Actually, it does. Okay. But let's take a look. See here. Okay. Now, where are we? Where are we here? Okay. Da-da-da-da. Here we are. The report also highlighted a number of catastrophes. Oh, wow. Okay. That would occur if urgent measures were not taken to stop the carbon dioxide production that is heating up the planet. Okay. Okay, a report indicates in the last 200 years, average temperatures on the planet have increased by less than 1 degree Celsius. However, if we do not control the rise in carbon dioxide levels, over the next 100 years, a rise of up to 5 degrees can be expected. This will have an enormous impact on global economic growth and will cause many potentially disastrous changes, including the following. Okay, so, Minor, what do you think? Okay, if you remember, we sort of simplified the question, the report. What did we say? The report also focuses on environmental what?
Catastrophes.
Oh, yeah. Nice job. Yes. And as a matter of fact, you can use catastrophes or disasters. Either answer would be correct because it actually uses catastrophes. And then at the bottom of the same paragraph, it says disastrous changes. Here's where you see an adjective form. But you could use the noun disasters and be correct. And Minor, you're absolutely correct to make it plural. It has to be plural to be correct. So good job. Now, here's the thing. You're all gonna, I would like all of you to attempt, because we have to do a headings question next. What, now that we've read through this first entire paragraph, what, if you had to give a title, not to the entire reading passage, which is up here, but if you had to give a title just to this one paragraph, what would you say? Now, before you guess, let me give you a little bit of a clue. You want to focus on the first sentence. Excuse me, the first sentence of the paragraph, most of all, and also keywords, especially probably nouns, that pop up over and over and over again throughout the passage. Roger, what do you think?
The effects of global warming.
Effect of global warming. Okay. Here's what I'm trying to do, by the way, just so you understand why we're doing what we're doing. What I would do if I was taking the test, I'd try to think of 1 or 2 keywords, really, that's it. And I would write them down somewhere over here on the side of the booklet so that hopefully I can guess, maybe I'll guess exactly the word, like you did earlier with need, if I'm lucky, or hopefully at least I will be able to guess keywords that are synonyms that they're going to use, which is probably much more likely. Okay, let me back up a second. Okay, every one of these reading passages is going to be, you can break it down this way. There is an overall topic, which is, actually, I think Roger pretty much gave me that. All right, global warming or climate change. Fine, that is the overall topic. But I need you to consider what specifically are they focusing on. This is also something that you should be able to understand from the first paragraph. So yeah, the overall topic is global warming, and by knowing that, you could probably realize they're going to use climate change and global warming throughout the entire reading passage, and those now become basically useless as keywords because they're going to be repeated 20 times and in every paragraph. So, okay, that's the general topic. What is the controlling idea or the focus? Okay. What do you think, Antonio? What do you think is a key word maybe that gets used over and over, which also, by the way, will work for heading for the first paragraph? Any ideas? Actually, let me throw it out to the whole class. David, Minor.
No, I don't get an idea.
No idea?
Yes, okay. I have
yeah.
an idea.
Okay.
Could be, for example, the impact,
The impact.
the
Okay.
impact of the global warming.
Okay. It could be. The
Maybe
impact is your
about
phrase.
climate.
Okay.
Climate,
Climate.
it could be
Okay.
a keyword.
Right. Climate. Roger said global warming. I think you guys you've got the topic. I think that's the general topic. But I want to show you something here. Look at the subject noun of 5 out of 6 of these sentences. Watch with me. Watch my magic. The Stern Review report. Blah, 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 blah. The next sentence. The Stern Review examined. Okay, the next. The report also highlighted. Okay. What's next? The report indicates. Aha. And then the last, okay, 4 out of 5 sentences begin with the subject noun, the report. Report, report, report. If I was taking this test, I would simply write the word report. I believe that the topic is global warming or climate change, as you gentlemen have noted, but I believe the controlling idea, what they're focusing on is this report. What the report says. All right, so reports about climate change. So I'm just going to write one keyword. Again, all the time, my strategy is to keep things as simple as possible. One word, maybe 2 words if they co-locate. Fine. All right, so I'm going to think report here. Now, what I would normally do, I would normally ignore the answers in the headings questions, and I would go down and I would do. I would just. Well, let's try that. I would just try to write a word down next to each paragraph. What I thought was the main keyword, the main idea, the main thing that this has to do with. Antonio, I'm going to go back to you. Looking at sentence B. Now, we're going to practice skimming. What this entails, what you're normally going to do is basically read the first sentence and then quickly scan the rest. Obviously, this is a very short paragraph. In longer paragraphs, this will save you a lot of time. Okay? And obviously, you're trying to go as fast as possible. Okay. Antonio,
Hi.
what do you think might be the keyword that describes this paragraph? Keyword or maybe co-located couple of words.
Melting glaciers.
Melting glaciers? Okay. All right. We'll go with that. We'll imagine that we're going to write melting glaciers here. Remember that. Come back to that. And again, we're going to go fast. David, skim this baby for me.
Yes, okay.
What do you think? Again, you're looking at the first sentence. You're also looking for any repeated words that are you notice as you skim are repeated through the passage, through the paragraph, I mean.
Yes, would be Arctic.
Arctic. I like it. Okay. Excellent. Now we're flying. Now we're moving. We're doing what we should be doing. Minor. Let's look at D.
What is the keyword?
Yeah, what is a keyword in this whole crazy paragraph? What's a word that gets repeated over and over? Or the key idea of the first sentence?
The first sentence, the CO2? CO2 maybe?
Okay, let me help you out with that. Okay. The acidity resulting from huge amounts of CO2. CO2 is the cause, okay, that the oceans will absorb. This is not important. Will lead to the extinction of hundreds of species of marine ecosystems are destroyed. Look for, if you're trying to think of the main point of this paragraph, look for the effect, not necessarily the cause. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What word is repeated throughout this paragraph? Minor.
Sorry, I don't get it.
What word is repeated? Well, that's why we're skimming, looking quickly through. Basically, when you're skimming, you're just trying to see words which are, that's all you're looking for. You're looking for words which are repeated. Can you see any repeated word?
Ecosystems.
Well, I see that once. Here's what I see. Here, let me help you out. Fishing industry, millions of fish die out. They will destroy them.
Okay.
Fishing communities, they've overfished. And species of marine ecosystems are fish. Okay, there may be phrases, okay, it's used as an adjective, as a noun, overfished as a verb, again as an adjective. There is a phrase here which species of marine ecosystems, well, marine is ocean, so pretty sure we're talking about fish. So here I have a very short paragraph with something about fishing 5 times repeated.
Okay, I didn't see it, sorry.
Okay,
but
it's okay.
I already get it.
All right. So right, I'm trying to point out to you how to do this. Okay, so you look through quickly, you see fish. I'm over here. I'm just gonna write fish. Okay, that's it. Keep it simple. All right, so that I can go muy rápido, as fast as possible. Okay. Roger, let's take a look at, what is this, E? Yeah, let's take a look at E here. This one. What can you come up with?
May I read the test or just to look for the...
Well, it depends. Can you read really fast?
No.
No. Well, basically,
try.
In the actual IELTS test, of course, you're fighting the clock constantly. So my advice is basically read the first and then just quickly skim through. See if you can find any similarities. All right.
I see like 2 words kind of related, the increase and the decrease.
Okay.
I will find it increasingly, and it will also lead to an increase in disease with a decrease of up.
All right. Well, yeah.
Water will be also
okay.
Will be possible also in this text. They mention water like 2 times, and they are talking about water.
Yes, they are. All right. So what do you want to write?
In water.
Water. Okay, that's great. Terrific. And motoring along, zipping along here. Okay. Next one, Antonio. Take a look at this one. All right. What is the theme of this paragraph? What can you see? See any kind of theme? It may not be exactly the same word, by the way. Here's a big clue for this paragraph. It may be a set. Okay, so if I talk about bats and whales and monkeys and deer and cats and bears and dogs, perhaps I'm talking about mammals. All right. So, Antonio?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think is the overriding idea here in this paragraph? What are they mostly talking about?
Global temperature.
Temperature? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we all right. We'll say temperature. All right. Okay, but of course, hurricanes, cyclones, tidal waves, typhoons, hurricane, extreme weather. So to be more specific, yes, they're talking about temperature, but temperature is mentioned once, and different forms of extreme weather are mentioned 5 times. Okay, so with a lot of frequent devastating havoc, lots of scary words to talk about horrible things that happen. Okay, so all right, temperature, but keep in mind what I said there. Okay, G. Okay, let me quickly say hello to Mai. Hello, Mai.
Hello, teacher.
Mai
Sorry,
or
because
May?
yes. Hello,
Hi.
teacher. Yeah.
Hi. Is it Mai or May?
My
Mai? Okay.
yes.
Mai.
Sorry, teacher, because I have been in class so late.
Okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
No problem. Hang on. I'll talk to you in just a moment. David, give a shot to G here.
Yes, okay. I am looking for the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I see that the word ecosystems appear a lot of time in the paragraph.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think it's like the keyword is like the impact on ecosystems.
Okay.
Ecosystems impact.
Okay. All right. All right. If you remember, H was our example, so I'm not even going to look at that. I could care less. Just anything to save myself time, I'm going to do that. Now, because we're running out of time, speaking of time, we're running out of time here in the class. And the last couple, all right, I and J, I'm just going to leave those for now. Okay, I want to make sure that I can show you how to do what we're doing. All right, if you remember, I kind of talked us through the first paragraph, paragraph A. What was the word that I used? I'm sorry. Actually, Mai, no, you can help us here. I chose the keyword for the first paragraph. I chose the keyword report because I saw the subject noun of each sentence was about the report. So I thought report. Okay, this answer is already eliminated, number 11. Is there any heading here which suggests or is a synonym or includes a word for report or a synonym for report. Mike, can you see anything related to or synonymous with the word report? Mai, are you there? Okay. She's still muted, I'm not sure. Roger, all right, I'll hand it off to you. What do you think?
I think that is alarming studies.
Okay, a report on something, I do a report on something, I do a study on it. These are synonyms. Okay, I'm a little concerned with the plural. Okay, perhaps you might be a little concerned with the plural. But if you remember, it said the Stern Review report as well as some Al Gore's report. Okay, it does mention a second report. So to be cautious, I may flip back my paper and double check that because I was thinking report, which is singular. By the way, in the IELTS exam, you're going to hear a lot of paper. All you're going to hear for the whole hour is paper being moved back and forth. So you're going to hear the sound of paper being moved, like you wouldn't believe. That's what you're going to be doing, looking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and double checking constantly. Okay. Alarming studies. Sounds good. All right. If we're reasonably sure that's the only answer that has anything to do with reports, then I would cross this one out too. And on my workbook, I would, make an X here. Okay. B. What did we say for B? Melting glaciers or something, I think. Antonio, got that? Antonio, do we have anything here? Okay, we've eliminated these two. And the remaining answers, do we have anything here that might match melting glaciers? Antonio, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Is there anything close for paragraph B, which you looked at and you thought melting glaciers was the keyword? Is there anything there? Do you think?
No.
No. Okay, you know what? The heck with it. Skip it. I'm going to have to redo that one. You didn't pick a very good keyword because it's not there. So let's see if we can eliminate some other answers just to make our job easier when we're trying to figure out what it is.
Yes, Oakley, but the number 9 is related because says troubles at the poles, and the poles are almost the same to glaciers.
Yes, but I think, David, you picked paragraph C, in which you chose the keyword Arctic.
Arctic. Oh yes, but in the other one, the 7 is Arctic wildlife.
Aha. Okay, let's investigate. Okay. Let's investigate that. Okay, we have something with Arctic wildlife directly in it. Okay, here we go. Scan through here for me. Do you see anything about wildlife, animals, plants, natural living things?
No,
Anything
I am thinking in the poles, in the
Yeah.
phrase that says travels with the poles.
Yes. This answer is going to be trouble with the poles: Antarctic, South Pole, Arctic, North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, yes, I as well would be drawn to Arctic first of all because that's the closest. But then this is what they do. They give very frequently, the headings are 2 words, co-located words or 2 words joined with a preposition, something of that nature. Okay, this is how they trick you. One word is definitely in the paragraph, one word doesn't exist there. It's a trap question. This is how they try to fool you. Because you're worried about the time, you're going to pick the first thing that looks good and it will be wrong.
Yes.
All right, this is a trick. So, yes, Trouble at the Poles much more clearly matches. Furthermore, by discovering this, I'm pretty sure that this is just a wild goose chase question. This is just a distractor. So I'm going to put a question mark next to this. I think this is just a trick answer. So I'm very suspicious of using this one in an actual heading because it seems like it was an obvious trap. All right. So I've got Trouble at the Poles. All right. So now I've eliminated 3, maybe even 4. Okay. The more things I eliminate, the easier my task becomes. Okay. D. I don't remember D. D minor. I do remember D. That was fish. Okay, so I simplified. I kind of forced Minor into changing his mind a little bit and kind of forced him to come up with fish. Roger, is there anything here that talk about fish and fish problems? Roger, is there anything here that kind of fish problems?
Endangering sea life.
Well, sea life or fish. Fish or sea life. Okay, so not saying it exactly the same. If I pop back and check the paragraph, are the fish in danger? Yes, it describes overfishing, fish die-offs. Yeah, they're in danger. All right. Very good. I'm reasonably sure of that answer. Cross off another one. What I'm trying to do is speed up, go faster and faster. It's okay if I guess one wrong, like C, and I have to leave it blank. That's all right. That's going to happen. You should expect that to happen. You shouldn't be able. It would never happen. You just go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Not for me, not for you, not for anyone. But that's okay because once you've eliminated most of the answers, it makes it much easier to see what they're talking about. Okay, where are we? E, was it E? I forget. What was E? That was
about the
water.
weather, extreme weather. About the
No, I think
typhoons,
no.
hurricanes.
E was no. That was the next one. That was F. E was the one about water and increasing, decreasing.
Okay, water crisis.
Right. Antonio, do you see anything that Roger said water problems, water increase, decrease? He noted that there's a lot of repeated increasing and decreasing in regards to water. Is there anything, Antonio, can you see any heading that closely relates to that idea? Okay. Well, Antonio, you're so shy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have water here. Okay. And crisis.
Water crisis.
Sure. So decreasing, increasing, up and down. A lot of it was about droughts. Okay. Droughts is the opposite of floods with no water, which generally what we use for water crisis. I may double check it again, but water crisis and drought are basically total synonyms. If there's a water crisis, it means you don't have water. You don't have fresh water to drink. Okay, so another one eliminated. Super duper. Great. G was the one about the weather. So David.
Yes, is extreme weather.
Gotta
Oakley
be.
because talk about typhoons, hurricane,
Right.
tornadoes. Yes,
Right.
phenomena weathers.
Right. And then the next paragraph that we looked at talked about ecosystems, right?
Yes, ecosystems.
All right. So we've
Agree.
eliminated all these. We've eliminated probably all these.
Yes.
I'm somewhat suspicious about burning coal. Didn't see anything about it. Haven't seen anything about farming yet
Uh-uh.
either. I'm somewhat
Well,
suspicious of this whole right side. I basically don't think I'll be using any of that. And I've got this all eliminated on the left side. All right, some answers are just stupid. Burning coal, I will assure you, we didn't look at the last two paragraphs. There's nothing about farming or coal. So sometimes I can eliminate answers because they just never showed up. Okay. All right, so ecosystems. David, you're going to pick probably,
killing wildlife, Oakley.
of course. All right, there you go.
Yes, makes sense.
Now, what have I got? I've got 3 answers and 3 paragraphs left. If you remember the melting glaciers, if you look really closely, you would see that it says something about drowning cities or flooding cities, London or whatever, coastal cities, something about that. Very easy to find. So then you've got 2 paragraphs. You're only matching 2 paragraphs with 2 answers. In generally speaking, the first paragraph and the last paragraph are going to be the hardest, the most difficult, because that's your introduction and your conclusion. So they're a little more vague, a little more esoteric, a little more abstract. The middle paragraphs or the supporting paragraphs, each one will take a specific point and then illustrate that point through details or examples. So they're much easier. So if you don't get the first and last paragraph to the end, that's cool. I mean, that's to be expected. And you're actually saving yourself time by saving those till the end and doing the middle paragraphs first. Anyway, that's a big chunk is the headings question. This is going to be 30 to 40% of the IELTS reading test. Hopefully you can kind of at least use my strategy to adapt from. If you want to modify it to work better for you, terrific. Hopefully you've gotten some good tips how to go about the basic ideas or concepts, how to go about doing this test, especially headings questions. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for your attention and your participation today. Really appreciate it. I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll be looking at mix and match questions, true-false questions. Thanks a lot. See you guys again next time.
See you, Oakley. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.